Hello and welcome to another scene of Orlando Ascended. Again, we find ourselves at the Misfits house. An evening after a very interesting morning uh, with Damien and Clea, when they have to have a discussion with little Jessie about some stuff. So I'm gonna let Damien do his intro and see how we're gonna do this.
Uh, Damien, who's been using most of the day for doing some crafting back in the backyard, has had plenty of hours to mull over the happenings. Well, mostly one or two, that had happened in the morning while Jesse was out of the house. And, yeah, he's come at least to a few conclusions. But yeah, currently he's sitting out in the backyard and is looking at a bronze short sword that he has cast for the umpteenth time. Third time was the charm. He's just finished polishing it and is admiring its orange golden glow in the setting sunlight. Seeming rather chuffed with the quality of it.
Uh, what about Jesse? Where is he? When did he come home? Where was he? Tell us.
Uh, oh, God damn it, guys. Okay. Jesse went out to go watch a movie with a friend, and now he is home.
Probably plenty of movies because we were gone for hours.
Yes, it's a double feature. So he is. Wait, what time is it exactly?
I
I'd
okay,
say
so
early evening, probably.
yes. I mean, after all, the sun is in the process of setting and
Yeah.
bathing the whole area in that lovely, warm Florida evening glow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clea's in the living room, sitting on the couch with her feet on the table, playing Game Boy Color and smoking a joint. As always, waiting for Jesse to come home.
Yeah. You will hear his car um take a stop in the front of the house, and he will enter through the front door.
Hey, little dude. Where have you been all day?
Outside. Why? You
Uh,
you turn into a dog again?
no, I just went to the doctor.
Why? Are you
Uh,
okay? Did you get hurt anywhere?
no, I went to get an IUD.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just go up and change, I suppose.
I mean, why don't you come and sit with us? I mean, Damien will be here soon. He's outside in the backyard. Uh, we might have to talk to you about something.
Oh God.
Don't worry or anything. No, 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 nothing like that.
Damien steps in with a rather nicely crafted bronze short sword under his arm. He seems quite pleased with it, and then just opens the back door and says, "Ah, Jesse, you're back. How are you doing?"
Did you guys like eat some evil shit or something, or like
What?
did a vampire
Oh,
like?
oh,
No,
that.
no,
No,
no, no,
no, no,
no,
no, no, no,
no.
no. No. Clear, just for the sake of not confusing the poor fellow. Mind if I take over?
I didn't tell him anything. I thought we will tell him together. Cause
Ah,
yeah, I don't know
no.
how to do how. Yeah,
I've
you
I've
go
had
ahead.
plenty of time to think about it, but it would be nice if you wouldn't try to throw me off my game, please.
I'll do my best.
Just hang back, relax, and let me handle it. I would
Okay,
prefer it that way.
fine, go right ahead.
I
And
mean,
she'll take a huge puff of the joint.
actually, come to think of it, could I have a toke?
Yeah, here.
Cheers. And he puts the short sword on the table. Cups his hands and takes a good hard hit. Oh, thank you, man. he he gives it back and oh, you have a Game Boy Color. Ooh, what are you playing on it?
Mario.
Good choice. You wouldn't happen to have Link's Awakening too?
So like, are you like, did you get like eat by vampires or like the? Why do you? What do you mean not worry? What? Making me more worried.
Yeah, it's not the time to talk about the Game Boy, dude. Just
Sorry.
give him the news, and that's that. Yeah.
Okay. Sit down, get comfortable. Nothing horrible happened. Nobody was hurt. No interdimensional voodoo was had. But there is something that you probably should know, if nothing else, to stop you accidentally burning me to a crisp.
What?
Okay. So since about 2 weeks, there is a life road that I have figured out, and um, well, put it that way, at the level of life magic that I can manipulate, I can change non-vertebrate life forms into different shapes. Like, for example, I can turn a bug into a plant into a bug, stuff like that, right?
Uh-huh.
So obviously, I can also manipulate more primitive forms of life, let's say less complex patterns,
Where is this
like
going?
I'm
Are you like turning stuff into like other stuff? Did you turn a cockroach into a butterfly?
I
Or like the
could
other way
do that.
around?
Kinda.
Oi, I'm not a cockroach. That you know what? That's actually pretty sexist.
What?
No, no,
Wait,
sorry. I'm
did
sorry.
you turn into Cleo or something? What?
No, no,
What?
no. I
Uh,
don't have a
uh,
penchant for blue hair. No.
okay.
Okay, but put it that way. Back, I was thinking because, well, I was thinking, what if, for example, Clear? I swear.
I didn't say anything.
Anyway, so I was also thinking, hey, would that be possible with DNA? The answer is yes. And then I was also curious, would the same thing be possible with chromosomes? Mind you, when it comes to chromosomes, I can only do that to my own. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was doing a bit of research and came across a road which was amongst other things inspired by the Norse god Loki. What do you know about that deity?
That he like fathered weird animals and like Odin slept with him to like make a weird horse thing and
Actually,
like
that's not true. It wasn't Odin who slept with the female form of Loki as a horse. That was actually the horse, um, a giant horse that was said to be the father of all horses in Norse mythology. So
okay.
that part, you definitely have to brush up on your Norse mythology. But
And
Loki is basically known as a shapeshifter, basically, right?
yeah.
You're going on a
Yeah.
tangent.
I have to prepare the fellow. This isn't an easy thing to just come and blurt out as you might think, Clear. So anyway, I was sort of thinking, hey, if I'm being followed by people, I don't know, for example, technocrats or whatnot, and I were, for example, in a mall, what would be a good way of getting out? What would they not expect if they are following Blondu with blue eyes, reddish beard, everything? What is the last thing they would be looking for? It would be a woman, right?
Uh, did did you turn into a chick?
I figured out a way how I can temporarily, so for not more than 3 hours, switch my Y chromosome into a second X chromosome. And yes, I am able to temporarily turn myself into a female version of myself. Yes.
As he has bigger boobs than me.
You see Jesse's jaw like drop a gape. What? What? Um.
Boob size doesn't matter, but yeah. So I've been keeping this one a bit of a secret because if everyone knows, I thought it would be far easier for our enemies to identify me if I ever have to use that road in an emergency. But as Clear this morning headed out, her brain short circuited as usual, and realized that she was going 2 hours early. So I thought I had a run of the house, the house all to myself, so I could just change, acquire some things, just so that when it comes to it, I can pull it off a bit more convincingly and maybe, get more used to moving around in a female body, since it is anatomically a bit different to a male body. And she came back, and she almost would have shot me with a shotgun if I hadn't
It
been
wasn't a
able to.
shotgun, it was a handgun. Don't
Okay,
exaggerate.
okay. Anyway, the point was, thankfully,
My finger was not even on the trigger. Don't exaggerate. Come on. What would you have done?
nah,
Finding a
it's
strange woman in the house, like
yeah,
going in the bathroom,
yes,
like
yes. I
coming, like
get the
yeah.
I get the point. In hindsight, probably was a terrible idea. Sheesh, I'm still new to this.
You
Ah,
guys see Jesse like have a more relaxed pose. Oh shit. I thought you guys did something terrible again or something, like you turned into some weird things or like the vampire dude were like
Well, we went
coming for
shopping.
you.
um. Well, anyway, so Clear surprised me. I was able to uh, show Clear that yes, that was indeed me, and yeah. After that, we headed out. I had some shopping to do anyway, and We got back, nobody hurt, everything fine, but Clea pointed out that it was probably a good idea to let you in on the secret so that you wouldn't so that basically you at some point, if you would have bumped into my female form, not would have burnt me into a crisp because you thought, I don't know, I was some weird vampire lady or whatever.
Well, to be
I
fair,
bought watermelon.
I don't think I would have burned anyone that trespassed into our house. For all I know, it could just be a regular burglar. So I probably would have tased you.
Yeah, or that, yes. So, the cat's out of the bag. I can only emphasize, as I've done with Clea, please don't tell others, because the
Okay.
whole point of this route is a certain amount of subterfuge, after all. You know, if you tell it then to friends of yours and they tell to friends of yours, before you know it, half the city knows.
Wait,
Yeah,
we
I'm
don't
just
have that many friends anyway.
I'm just relieved that nothing bad was happening. It's just that Cleo almost killed you.
That's not how it is. I wouldn't have killed her. I mean, it was just, for protection purposes. I totally had her
It's
without a gun.
yeah.
I mean, not to brag,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty strong on the right side.
Oh, I'm sure about that. That arm probably gets a lot of exercise.
Why
Yeah, well,
is that how it works in America? With like, never mind.
Uh,
this is Florida,
Yeah, you
by the
trespass.
way, that road, yeah, I mean, I read about it, but I didn't have clear instructions. I still had to figure it out on my own.
You
It's
know,
an experience. I'll
speaking of
say that.
roads and reading, don't you think it would be like a perfect opportunity to check out that office up there? I mean, we kind of need the sanctum. I mean, you guys need the sanctum.
Yeah, there. Yes. It was already quite the undertaking. Being able to learn my von Freya to Freya road. Yeah,
Where did you even
without
find it?
people knowing that. But I managed. I'm still a bit proud of that.
Where did you even find this spell?
As I said, I'd read about it in the uh, in so in the Hermetic Chantry there was I was reading a story about a mage who some thought was Loki, but others then again didn't, and just described that he was able to do that, but there wasn't any description on how he did that. No formula, no, you know, no spell to say it. But I thought, hey, that might be really good for escaping. And by the way, it's only paranoia if they're not actually after you.
Well, it's pretty useful if like that thing they keep
You
talking
sound
about.
very muffled.
Crap. It
Could
is
you please
very
repeat
useful.
that?
Hello? How about now?
Yeah,
Better?
now I hear you. Could you
It
please
is
repeat that?
it is very useful if like Pentex were like after us for some reason.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. That was my thought. Mind you, I don't think I have to go into detail what comments Clear gave me all the way to the bank. Well, not bank,
I
to
didn't
the
go to the
shopping
bank.
mall. Yeah. But yeah,
Anyway, enough of that. Let's go and break into the office. I'm really
Why?
curious to see what's in there. I mean, okay. What
Um,
if the professor was in trouble and he left us a message there?
You see Jesse kind of like think for a second. Uh,
Not
why
to
would
mention, you need the sanctum, and the sanctum isn't there, and you need it.
yeah, I don't have one either. It's really annoying.
Yeah, and he might have books in there. He definitely has weed in there. It's gonna go bad. We have to liberate it.
from what I can gather, you just want to break in there to steal his weed?
Aren't you curious what's in there?
Wh-
And it's not stealing. It's more like safekeeping.
What are you going to do if he like returns and looks for his weed?
We're gonna
Then
get
what?
him some new weed. We'll tell him that it was gonna go bad, man. Wouldn't allow that to happen to good weed.
Okay, do you know how to? Well, you probably know how to open. Yeah. Not
I made a
sure.
road.
Sure, of course. Right. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, not
of
sure.
course, Clea has.
Hey now, what does that even mean? I think you have a very wrong idea about me.
Let's just see what's in there, and hopefully there's no traps or anything.
I just wanted to say, do you guys know if what was his name again? I can't remember it for the life of me.
The professor dude?
Yeah, I mean, I bet he wasn't born, I bet he wasn't called Professor Dude on his birth certificate.
I have not seen his birth certificate. Maybe we'll find that there too.
Uh,
But to be fair, if we're going to do that, this has to be unilaterally. Well, what are your concerns, Jesse? I mean, it's obvious you would like to say a bit more on the subject.
his name is Professor Samuel, and what if there are like traps in there? Because the last time we went in there, there was like a giant pile of rats, and he was like talking to a
That was
rat
just his experiments. He wouldn't
wearing like
traps there.
sneaker and like some sunglasses and a backwards hat, and he was
I'll tell you
talking in a
why.
Boston accent. That was
Because
Boston.
Okay.
what if he died? He would want you to have the sanctum, right? So why would he put traps there? Doesn't make any sense.
Maybe because he doesn't want people snooping around his secrets. I
Okay,
mean,
fine.
he's a hermetic. With all due respect, they are known to be quite reserved
He's
about
a
their
hippie,
research.
Damien.
How the
Okay,
hell should I know? I never met the guy.
okay. Look, if we are going in there, you were the one who suggested it. You go first, just in case there's like a trap or something, or like a bear trap, so you can like punch it with your arm or something. Uh,
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess we'll start going up the stairs already, because
Yeah. Damien will hang back for a sec and just, just sort of scuttle over to Jesse. Yeah. Sorry for keeping that from you for 2 weeks, but I wanted to first, how should I say, get a bit more comfortable and figure out how I would tell you that. Because, yeah, it must be super weird. I mean, it sort of is, but it is also pretty effective.
um, it's not that weird now, considering I was thinking of weirder stuff that you guys might have done when Clea said not to get worried. So I ended up thinking about
doors
Yeah,
open.
yeah,
yeah, we'll be up in a sec. Jesus, no bloody patience at all with that woman.
yeah.
But
Well,
you know what? I actually happen to have a picture, and he produces a driving license on which basically, you can see the following. Come on, there we go. And on it, you will read Holly Hartgrave, and you'll see that face. And he says, "Well, that's how I look in my female form, just so that you would be able to recognize me if I had to, pull a Loki."
Did you name yourself or did Clea pick it?
I named myself.
Okay. Just
Ah.
making sure.
I hope you don't think it's shit. I thought it was okay.
It's fine. Yeah. He looks at the thing and then he keeps looking at you and back at the thing.
Yeah. It's uncanny. That person on the driving license could literally be Damien's sister if he had one.
Well, I promise not to tase you if I ever see you in the house while in your female form and stuff.
Well, put it that way. Obviously, Clea dragged me to the mall and stuff, and I can't believe she bullied me into going to the adult toy section.
Where, what?
Mind you, I didn't stay in there for long. It was too much.
I don't think I want to know.
No, I
let's
didn't
go
get
up.
anything. I didn't
Nope,
get anything.
I don't want to know. No, yeah,
Too late. Now you do. I didn't get anything. You'll just have to bloody well nut up right now.
Are you guys coming?
Yes, we're just talking about nothing.
About what?
That we're all nuts, so we're coming up. Anyway.
By the way, do I have to roll it again for the second lock?
I mean,
I don't know how it works.
How many locks are there on the door?
Oh, the door is open, but there's a lock on the office drawer where the weed is.
Yeah, you have to roll that road each time for every object that you're unlocking.
For fuck's sake.
Can't you just lockpick it like a normal cyborg person?
I don't believe I have any dots in larceny. No, I do not. Well, there we go. Unlocked. Ooh, guys, I found the weed.
Why can't we just leave the bloody weed alone? It's not as if we didn't have enough.
Because it's going to go bad.
Can weed even go bad?
Of course, it's going to go bad.
Well, it can dry out. Well,
yeah, it will go stale. We don't want that.
To be fair, it just loses its potency over time because the etheric oils that have the THC in it vaporize away.
We don't care about that. We'll smoke it anyway. No, there are many books in here, like sociologies, anthropologies, and some shit like that.
Ooh, and Damien is with his finger following the titles of the spines, just one by one, just nodding. He seems to be in his element. Anthropology as well. God, this looks like my mum's little study, to be fair.
Yeah, and sociology, and that hippie stuff that he was ditching, I guess.
Why does this weed box have some weird spell on it? Maybe it's there to freshen up the weed?
Oh, you mean enchanted weed?
I don't think he can do that.
Shrugs.
So the Samuel guy, at least Clea's referring to him as a hippie. Was he one?
Yeah.
Well,
please let Jesse.
He did have a lot of tattoos, and he talking about like the 70s and like the free times. And
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Shame I never really got to speak with him. Might have been interesting.
The last time we
Yeah,
spoke to him, I think, was when we brought Cat here, and yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, Kat seems to be doing okay for herself, and I'm happy for her.
Did she find her human? Yeah, quote.
Yes, she
yeah.
indeed put it that way. Yes,
That's why she's not here, but she comes at times. You know,
she well, like a cat, comes in and slips out at her convenience.
like when Damien was at the camping thing, she was napping on his bed.
Oh, that's why it smelt of catnip
Yeah,
when I came back. Huh.
yeah.
That explains a few things. I really need. Oh, okay. No, locks are not a viable option in this house. Ugh.
Hey now, what the hell? Like you think that I would violate your privacy? You know I could have broken down the door to the bathroom this morning. I did, and I waited there diligently.
Please don't break down the doors. Doors are pretty useful.
I'm just saying.
Well, I frankly don't know at times.
Have I ever barged into your bedroom without knocking?
Thankfully not.
Then what makes you think that I would lockpick your room?
Yeah, good point. There's nothing of interest there anyway.
Yeah, but you're making bad assumptions about me. I think you're hanging out with this Mina too much and it's rubbing off on you.
He just chuckles.
uh, it, this is
Speaking of
The
rubbing off,
oh god.
frankly, after this morning, I don't feel quite as inhibitioned as I used to.
well, yeah, you should take your new body on a spin. Who knows? Maybe
Okay,
Pine will
okay.
dig it. Let's go test this
I,
weed.
I don't want to traumatize Jesse, so how about we change the subject?
He's an adult. Yeah, let's go test this weed.
I
Okay.
actually, and Damien starts looking around. So, I wonder if he has got his book of spells around here, or maybe a grimoire. I don't know. Magey stuff.
I She shrugs. Wait, weren't we supposed to be looking for like if he needed help or something? Not
Yeah,
really
I was
Oh,
sort
weed.
oh,
of
oh,
thinking
oh, yeah.
how we,
Here's
we,
what I
we,
thought.
we
He's
can
weed
get
type.
buzzed later. I was
What
sort
if
of
we give
thinking.
what if we give it to Mina and she can find him for us?
Speaking of Mina, while you were out, Jesse, and Clea was still asleep, she actually put a ward on the wall. We have a correspondence ward now on the building on
That's
our
neat.
chantry. I thanked her profusely.
I guess that means Clea did apologize.
Um, I
I
did.
didn't.
That's something else we'll have to speak about afterwards. Let's just say she was. Yeah, she. Mina let me know that Clea didn't apologize. But yes, we'll speak about that later. I've a bit of a bone to pick with you about that. But anyway,
Hey now.
well, I technically have a hey now for you, but anyway, I
No, no,
rather
no. Well, I'm not an apologizing type.
I'll tell you afterwards why it bothers me. But for now, and Damien starts going through any papers that might be on a desk, trying to look for anything that looks like help. I have been abducted by the Jabberwock or something. I don't know, but yeah, he's sort of yeah. Is Damien finding anything?
I don't think so. Out of character, I don't think so. Well, he said that he was going to at university to give lectures, and that was like a
Yeah,
month ago.
Texas, I think.
Yeah, maybe he like got stuck at like a Woodstock reunion or something, and he's like in the hippie commune.
In
Hmm.
Texas.
I don't know.
Weirder things have happened.
Maybe he, like flew to another state or something, and like end up in a
Wait,
weird
where in
hippie.
Texas? Was it Austin?
They didn't say. I
Because
don't
if
think
it was
it
Austin,
was.
it's possible.
Well, let's hope he's in Austin with a bunch of hippies.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, the free love and all that shit.
Isn't he a bit too old for that shit? I mean, I think he's over 50.
Okay.
I don't know. Can't remember ever having seen the dude.
I mean, wasn't he at the park once when we were there with Mina the first time I think we saw her? Or were you not there? Did you go somewhere? I don't remember, but I remember him being there.
I think he went with the guy who kept hitting you with a stick.
Oh, Iroh.
Yeah.
No, that was the first time we met Damien. I mean, the first time we met Mina. You know, when the vampires were there?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. After the vampires had left, I think, yeah, he came by.
I
Well,
don't.
I can't put a face to the name, so that's that. And Damien will be going through and sort of, okay. So this is his sanctum, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. And he's well, yes, obviously a hermetic. He isn't doing dual tradition by any chance, is he?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. That means I should actually be able to work with the paradigm subsumed into the very okay. Good. Good. No, this I can work with this. I think we can work with this. Yeah, I mean,
Jesse can definitely do it. I mean, he's done it before in here. This is where he learned his fireball shit.
hmm, actually, this is probably the ideal place. You remember what I was talking with you about yesterday, Jesse.
Yeah.
I hope the
Yeah.
list of roads I gave you did. I hope you were able to find anything that would be useful. I mean, the dream sovereignty, especially after you telling me about all your nightmares, that's the first one we should do, so that you can get a more restful sleep. It will also help you feel less anxious.
Yeah. That
It
would be
sure helped
helpful.
me. But yeah, yeah. Then I would say we can practice it here. It'll also be easier for us. We'll have to worry less about, you know, failing and accruing more paradox.
Yeah. I once saw the professor like sitting like in the air with like some weird metal puzzle thingies, like he was in Star Wars.
Oh, you mean the yes, yes. Yeah. Oh, you mean like that metal ball that Luke Skywalker has to, which they use for him to train his sixth sense or Jedi sense or Spidey sense, if you want.
I think he was making some weird ass telekinesis practice or something.
Okay, telekinesis may be a combination of.
Jedi tricks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he used mind and forces, most likely.
Yeah, I remember him playing with a lot of weird metal puzzle thingies like that time when Clea and I came here and told him about a vampire who the little
And
vampire.
rats. He really liked rats for some reason.
Yeah,
He even like summoned the Rat King here.
yeah, he was like wearing sneakers and like have
Oh, and a baseball cap backwards. Yeah,
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 that was
yeah. I
weird.
think we've all been in that phase at some point.
You know the dude?
Who? Me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the rat dude. You know
I
him?
don't think he knows him.
The Rat King. I only know of the Rat King from story. Well, I knew the. Oh, wait! I haven't even tried that yet. And Damien Words, very slowly says the word the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Yeah. Okay. Of course. I wasn't able to.
Are you talking about the flute dude who like stole children?
Yeah. The Rattenfinger von Hamelin. Yes. I can finally talk about this without weird magics happening. I'd like gotten just used to it that I couldn't say his name.
Why?
Back, but yes, Jesse. Back in Dublin, I sort of saved the Pied Piper of Hamelin from Asmodeus. Well,
At this
not
point,
only me.
Clea has loaded the professor's pipe and it's actually smoking the weed.
You see Jesse blinking profusely when you said Asmodeus.
Yes, that one. Devourer of men's souls.
Who?
A devil. A really, really, really nasty devil. By the way, never make deals with devils.
Why would I? Why would I make deals with devils?
I'm just saying that out of principle because I've seen. I have seen more experienced mages than you fall to their own hubris because they thought that they could outsmart a devil. Just as a general piece of advice, don't.
I
It
generally
will
don't
end
take
badly.
deals. I don't take deals because you know what happens when you make deals? You end up as a fucking rat in the fucking snow.
So you're not going to do the vampire thing anymore, maybe?
I don't know yet. I haven't spoken to anyone. It's good to have an informed opinion about something. And I'm gonna talk about it with my babysitter. I'm gonna talk about it with a troll. And depending on what they tell me, I will decide.
By
I
the
think
way,
that's
if they
like
low
the thing.
key freak out, please don't. Well, okay, no. Now it's too late anyway.
Why would they freak out?
Because he wanted to kill us while we were in the basement.
Because he wanted to drain me dry like a Capri Sun?
Well, to be fair, he was there for a long time. I
Well,
mean,
to be fair, I don't like to be turned into prey. I really don't like being treated as prey.
well, in all fairness, we entered his basement. He didn't came for us. We went to him, right?
We didn't know what the hell was down there, so
I
apples,
mean, yeah, but he
apples and
didn't really
pears, I
do
guess.
anything. Like he tried, but he failed.
Well, thankfully he failed. Thanks to Dahlia's intervention. That was some pretty strong mind magic he used there. I don't have a weak mind by anyone's standards. That's not even boasting. I think that's just an established fact at this point.
I mean, yeah, that may be the case, but still, he was there for like who knows how long, and he
Well,
was
we
hungry and
also
everything. So,
we
I
also
mean,
know now that he's 900 years old. So, yeah.
well, you know, the troll is also like 800 or something.
Well,
So,
Well, yeah, but
fact,
the troll has a pulse.
the fact remains that
what's the difference?
he tried to drain Damien, and he sent like an army of killer spiders to us.
Yeah, but okay, if you hadn't eaten for like a century, wouldn't you try to eat something or someone?
Of course, of course. Why do?
You're okay with him eating someone?
But I'm not.
Why are you
Not
just
cool.
implying
That
him
far
wanting to
from it.
eat someone?
I'd eat a human than a cat or dog.
Well, I could
You know,
also make, and in all honesty, I could also make the argument that he's an undead abomination, a soul that is caught in a corpse for so long that it probably doesn't even remember properly what it meant to be alive. Some, actually, a good few mages I know would probably make the argument that it would have been more merciful to just end him right there and then, so that his soul could finally return back into the cycle and actually have a chance back at a more normal life. I'm just saying.
that's not your decision to make, though.
Well, whose decision is it to make?
I mean, he seems to be happy. At least with his current arrangement. You know,
Well, put it that way, there's nothing I can do about it now. And there probably wasn't even that much I could have done about it back then, so.
well,
Idle musings, but still, they are, by very definition, unnatural.
well, I wouldn't go as far as to call them unnatural since they exist in nature.
I
By
have got my
definition, they're
strong,
natural.
well, isn't the whole lore on vampires that they are literally cursed, horribly cursed?
Well, that's if you believe in curses, I guess. And even so,
I
it doesn't
don't
make
believe
them
in curses.
unnatural.
I know that they exist.
Yeah, that doesn't make them unnatural. That just makes them cursed. They exist, therefore they're part of
Well,
the world. Therefore, they're part of nature.
cancer's
So
natural.
you are cool with the fact that that human beings and beings like us get treated as prey and walking fucking Capri Suns for them.
I mean, don't we eat cows and sheep and goats? Like, the food chain has different, lengths. We just happen to be lower than them. It just the circle of life,
Well, if you're cool with that, that's your thing.
It's
But
not about being
I,
cool. It's natural and it's normal. You just don't like the fact that you're not on the top of the food chain.
I mean, if a cancer is natural and normal, yet we still remove it.
yeah,
A
because we have got
cancer
the
is not a
mind to
sentient
realize that.
being,
and and
Jesse.
and cows are not sentient to the degree we are. I would have a problem eating a cow if it could speak back to me, and philosophize about gods and the world. Then yes,
Well,
then I wouldn't eat it.
yeah, but they don't eat our flesh. They don't kill us and slaughter us in order to eat us. They just eat a little bit, like a nibble, and that's about it.
Oh, only if they choose to. Once they have, I've had vampire drink my blood, again without my consent, mind you. And that vampire was even supposed to be an ally in one of the big fights to stop the world end. I'll put it that way. I was already bad. I was already reasonably hurt at that point. But once they bite in, it's like you fall into some weird kind of bliss state. There was nothing I could do about it.
Well, at least you would have died happy then.
What
I,
about
I, I, I
cannibals?
can't. Well, okay. I am not. I am not okay with a possessed corpse using me as food. And yeah, it's easy to say that, but I'll tell you one thing. When a monstrosity is coming for you, is chasing you down, is absolutely enjoying the fact that you're in absolute terror and is constantly cackling and gesturing that it wants to eat you. Feet first, bloody well right that I have a problem with that, and that I don't want to be cattle or a victim. Ever since I woken, I've been working towards that I will never again be in that situation where I am helpless prey. Damien is getting very agitated about this.
Jesse, you're
You
starting
need
to look
chill.
really
Here, take a pipe.
uncomfortable.
I think you really need it, dude. That's good shit too.
But yeah, if I ever see a vampire feeding off the two of you, I'm ashing the fucker. I'm not taking chances. I hope I made myself clear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I can't know if that was consensual or not. I don't know if you agreed to it of your free will or if some weird mind trick was used upon you.
Look, to be fair, if a vampire manages to uh overcome my mind shields, I mean, I think he earned it. Honestly.
What about cannibals? How do you feel about cannibals?
Uh, I
I'm
don't
too
feel
sober for this
about
shit.
cannibals. Why would we talk about cannibals, man?
I mean, you're talking about food chain and like,
This chair is very comfortable. I think I'm gonna be hanging out here.
Anyway, I've spoken my piece. How good is that shit anyway?
Here, try it. And she will pass the pipe.
He'll take the pipe and take a few puffs. Am I tasting pineapple? And he takes another toke before giving it back to Clea.
I think he called it his Pineapple Express.
Oh wow! Now that is actually never got to taste that back in. Huh. Okay, so that's how the original tastes. Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. I told you, man.
But yeah, food chain. With all due respect, don't you think our ancestors worked very hard, to work their way up the food chain? You think millions of years of evolution is just okay for us then to sit here and go like, yeah, I'm happy to be
I
nommed
mean,
upon?
we're not going extinct anytime soon, as long as the bees are around, you know. And they're a lot less than us. So, eh, to be fair, come on, you must agree that some people are just, fucking waste of space. They would probably do us a favor eating those.
That's a really
Mm.
morbid thought that I do not ever want to think about.
I mean, look at racists, for example. Like, wouldn't it be okay if, like, the vampires were feasting on like KKK members. Who would miss those fuckers? You know?
Their families, even though they're bigoted.
Well, their families should not be racist.
What if their family is? Well, what if that person is the only one that's bigoted and the family? I really don't want to talk
Well, he made his choice.
about.
Those are some very heavy moral questions. Come. Something related to that I've been wondering is, yeah, we how should I say, as mages we find ourselves in this very weird situation where it's not as if we were fully different. It's not as if I would have turned into I don't know, a werewolf. It's not as if I really am fully of a different species. I personally think that I'm still in many ways very human.
It's not like we're in the X-Men or something going on about how we're
Yeah,
going to be.
because as far as I understand, technically any sleeper could awaken and, become into the state that we are. But then again, I've also heard plenty of mages espouse a different view.
The professor awoken in his 40s, from what he told me.
14. Who knows? Maybe
really
he.
old.
But yeah.
But yeah, he was in his 40s.
Well, I guess some are late bloomers then.
I've been really thinking about the thing you said in the park.
Oh.
How much you've done without anyone knowing about them. How they were needed to be done. Giving me a lot of food for thought, I guess. Just
Well, it. Well, it. How should I say? I just found myself with a very simple question. I found a situation that needed solving, and I wasn't seeing anyone else doing it. So I only really had two choices in front of me: do something about it or ignore it. And it just felt wrong to ignore it.
Maybe that's why we got awoken in the first place. In some way. That there's a lot of things happening in this world that we don't know. Maybe someone's saving it right now from some weird creature thing that's threatening to end mankind right at this moment.
Yeah, well, put it that way. At some point, I actually met Wilhelm Grimm. At least in, back in Quad Bike, he was a mage. It was actually very interesting.
Isn't that cat's human?
I don't know. I've never. Still, that expression, cat's human. Ugh. I've actually. I don't think I've ever met Cat's associate.
I think that's his name, Grim, I think.
I, I think he like wrote the weird stories or compiled them and stuff, like the Disney stuff. I think so. It's
Grimm,
probably
well,
old.
Wilhelm and Jakob Grimm collected folkloric tales together, which have become known as Grimm's fairy tales. Um, hmm, okay, I'll have to pull quad bike on that one, just so that Wrinkle doesn't get even more get overly upset with me.
What's a wrinkle?
The entity I had to make a deal with when I was here, so that I wouldn't explode. You know,
So you're the one making all the deals when you're saying to us not to make deals. What a hypocrite.
Wrinkle isn't a devil; he's a subdimensional being. There is a difference. So careful who you call a hypocrite.
What if he like pops in right now and like starts yelling at you? That would be terrifying if it just popped out of thin air and started yelling at you.
To be fair, it is more likely that he would start yelling in my head, and currently everything is nice and quiet.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm ready to go and take a nap. One day.
It takes too many naps. I'm gonna go get out of these clothes.
But yeah, Jesse, since the guy was, well, yeah, your mentor, and you are, at least were his student, do you mind if I stay in here for a bit and see what I can find? You know, maybe I can find some books and some interesting stuff, or maybe some descriptions for useful roads.
If he left something here that where he needs help or something, you can
Oh,
probably find it.
of course, for crying out loud! Mind you, when I get a chance to talk with Xavier, I'll 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 mention I'll politely ask and see if they happen to know what he's up to.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll just change my clothes and I'll help you look through the books and stuff.
Yeah, and if we shouldn't find anything, I would say that we should start practicing on the Dream Sovereignty Road.
Yeah,
I mean, I am your what's the term again? Substitute mentor for the moment.
sure. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'll be
Okay.
right back.
See you later. And Damien will start to calmly go through the notes.
And there, we're gonna end this scene. Thank you, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. This has been another scene of Orlando Unsended. See you all next time.